News Talk 1450 WOL AM, where information is power.
The views and opinions of the following show do not necessarily reflect the views and opinions of News Talk 1450 WOL, Radio 1 Incorporated, or their management.
You are now tuned in to Talks with Sheba, with your host, Dr. Sheba Holly. We invite, excite, educate, and empower. Let's talk.
Welcome to Talks with Sheba, the place where real people give real answers on issues plaguing our community today. Hi, I'm your host, Dr. Sheba Holly. Thanks for joining us on this Super Sunday. We aim to invite, excite, educate, and empower. So let's talk. Let's talk about I didn't know. Chronic kidney disease, the silent killer. Nothing is more frightening than not knowing what you don't know. This is the case with chronic kidney disease. Approximately 26 million Americans are living with this illness, and millions more are at risk without a clue. Diabetes and high blood pressure are two of the main causes. Did you know that? Let's hear more.
I want a kidney. Hopefully, I get one, and it's a good kidney. There are times that a kidney can reject, but with modern medicine nowadays, it's likely it won't happen.
We dialyze 6 days a week, 3 shifts a day, with a maximum of 21 patients per shift.
Kidney disease progresses so slowly, and our bodies adjust to it, that most people don't really know how sick they are until they begin to feel better.
6,000 patients in the Washington, D.C. area who are on dialysis at this time. Washington, D.C. leads the nation in the prevalence of chronic kidney disease. And another 1,600 patients who are actually waiting to receive a kidney transplant.
70% of our patients are Black, African, and the other 25% are Latino, Spanish.
Los quiero mucho. Amen. God bless you, everybody.
My white blood count cells are very high, so it's very hard for me to get another transplant. So, in my mind, I'm like, that's life, man. I'm prepared for it. I won't complain. I gotta make it. Like I said, I got a son, so.
I want people to understand how easy it is. It was so simple. I had to go to the Washington Hospital Center literally maybe 3 times for tests.
We're going to Jordan Road.
Chronic kidney disease. Today we have Ron Miner, filmmaker and steadfast advocate for CKD Awareness. He's going to unveil this silent killer with the documentary you just heard. Welcome, Ron.
Thank you, Dr. Sheba, very much.
I'm just happy to have you here, and it was strategically done, and you know why. First, I would like you to start with your story. I call it his story, your journey.
Well, my story is one that I should have known about, but I didn't. My grandmother had diabetes, and she died from that. And my mother had diabetes, and she became a double amputee from that, and had kidney disease, and she died from that. So no one told me that if I don't change my habits, that I could end up, having a kidney transplant. And after I was told that I had to get a kidney, I thought my life was over with, because I didn't know the facts that cause kidney disease. And there's a lot of people out here the same way. They're walking around right now with this disease, and they don't know it.
They don't know. And that's how you came up with I Didn't Know for your documentary.
Correct.
So tell me what your signs were. What made you say, okay, I need to go to the doctor?
Well, I would be religious and go to the doctors all the time. And I had the regular thirst. That's from the diabetes. I mean, really thirsty. When you get that, that's a sign right there of thirst. The scratching and itching of the body, that's a sign of it. Urination all day long. That's a sign. Now, that's the sign of diabetes, all right, which diabetes is the #1 cause of kidney failure amongst blacks. But once I had that, I went to the doctors and got examined, and right away, he said I had to get a kidney.
Right away?
Right away.
So from there, what transpired?
Well, immediately we went through tests, and of course I told a lot of my friends that I had to get a kidney, and they went forth to get tested and what have you. And then my wife said, well, I'll be tested. I said, well, no, you can't be tested. You can't give me a kidney. And lo and behold, she got tested, and it was a match.
Your wife was your match. Now, everyone's not in the studio with us. They're with us, but they're not with us. So explain why you felt your wife could not be a donor, and this is the misconception of a lot of people.
Well, I said you can't be a donor because my wife is Caucasian. And immediately I thought, well, how can a white person give a black person a kidney? Well, later I found a kidney is a kidney no matter what color you are.
Fantastic. And we have our unlikely donor, in his eyes anyway, Kathy Miner here. Kathy, what were your thoughts when you went forth and you tested and found out that you were your husband's match?
Oh, good afternoon, Dr. Holly, and thank you for having us. When Ronnie was diagnosed or advised that he needed a kidney transplant, very quickly or he would end up going on dialysis. And we were very blessed that I was proved I was successful in the testing, that just short of him having a shunt put in his arm to start the dialysis, I was passed on to go ahead and give him a kidney. And from the time that he was advised that he needed the kidney, I think it was about 9 months, 6 months of testing, running back and forth to Washington Hospital Center. But I'm an O positive, and an O positive can give to almost anybody. And Ronnie was an O negative. And then they do a 6-point DNA tissue match. And out of the 6, we had one in common. And siblings only have about a 25% of match in the DNA testing. So we were very blessed. But I didn't realize that when I started dating Ronnie and eventually married him, that I would end up giving him a kidney. And as indicated, race has no role in whether or not you can donate. It's just having the will and good health. And I've always been in pretty good health. I didn't abuse my body. And so there it was. I was his donor.
And what was that process?
Well, the process, like she said, is basically being tested to get this transplant. I wasn't nervous because a young gentleman that had the procedure talked to me.
Okay.
Which is very helpful, I think, in any kind of operation if you've never had it before. And he explained everything that was going to happen. And he was absolutely right. It was flawless. Of course, I guess it was like a 5 or 6 hour operation. But, of course, you're out, so you don't know. When I woke up, I saw all the people around me, and I said, well, I know I'm not dead because I saw my daughter. So,
So, Kathy, as a donor of that kidney, I mean, were you side by side? How does that work?
Well, yes. Actually, my surgery was scheduled for 8 a.m. in the morning. We arrived at Washington Hospital Center at 5:30 a.m., and they did all the preliminary, and then they brought us down to the room where we would, undress and put on the robes and get ready. And so Ronnie and I were put in little cubicles next to each other, and we've always done everything together, so we pulled back the cubicle, and we're both preparing, disrobing and putting on our gowns and everything, and the nurse pulls open the drape, and she says, "What are you doing? You can't do that." And we explained to her that we're husband and wife.
We can do this.
So, but yes, and one of the things I want to point out in getting ready for approval for the transplant, being cleared, they ran very comprehensive blood tests. They had to make sure that there was no illnesses lurking in my body, any kind of cancers, anything that wasn't clearly obvious. So there was quite a bit of blood testing. And so that was in the process. But itself, the surgery, I didn't feel a thing after starting the count one, and I was out.
Okay. All right, well, still to come, Footprints of the Silent Killer. Up next.
Looking for a caterer to cater your next event? One that's professional, prepares great tasting food, provides a professional staff, and will create tailor-made menus and services to fit your needs and budget, and so much more. And will create tailor-made menus and services to fit your needs and budget, and so much more. Then you have to call A Touch of Class Caterers at 301-449-2082. For 18 years, A Touch of Class has been one of the Washington metropolitan area's premier caterers, providing you nothing but the best for your next event. So whether it's a wedding, rehearsal dinner, church function, repast celebration, or just a private dinner for two, and you want a little more class and elegance to make the day even more special, call A Touch of Class Caterers today at 301-449-2082 and let them take care of the intimate details. That's A Touch of Class Caterers, ready to handle your next event with a touch of class and elegance. Call them today, 301-449-2082, or log on to www.we-cater-2u.com.
Those of us who were around in the 50s and 60s struggling, many of us have gotten tired, and we let the enemy have his way. Well, I did my best, they'll say, and you all take it now. I'm just going to sit down and relax or retire. I have never seen a lion retire from being a lion. I may not bite as hard as I used to, but I can still bite.
Don't miss the Farrakhan Speaks broadcast this and every Sunday at 8 a.m. until 9 a.m. right here on WOL 1450 a.m., where information is power. That's the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan on the air this Sunday at 8 a.m. If you missed last Sunday's message, you have to hear him this Sunday. Don't miss it.
What's wrong, Tina? Where are you coming from? I am just coming from the dealership, getting my Mercedes-Benz service. Do you know it cost me $500?
$500? Girl, you should have gone to Magic Benz in Hyattsville. Their A services are only $250, and B services start at just $250. They are my premier specialists and have up to 40% off dealer prices and 100% satisfaction guarantee.
But how did I miss this?
But there's more. They offer professional services, tire replacement, balance and rotation, engine cooling system flush, body work for all Mercedes, and more. Their oil changes are only $99.
Michelle, say no more. What's their info?
It's Magic Benz at 4716 Baltimore Avenue, Hyattsville, Maryland. Their number is 301-985-2676, or go to their website at magicbenzservice.com. Thank me later.
No, I am thanking you now.
When the need arises for a funeral repast or a place to hold a memorial service for your loved one, call the New Horizon Hall of Elegance, located at 2209 Varnum Street, Mount Rainier, Maryland. They will take the worry out of you having to handle one more detail, giving you time to focus on family and friends. Call 301-277-5922 to find out more. That's 301-277-5922. That's the New Horizon Hall of Elegance, ready to serve you in your time of need.
Hi, this is Top Chef All-Star Mike Isabella. If you're one of the 15 million Americans with food allergies, you might feel anxious about dining out. But you don't have to be. You just need a game plan. And you can find one online at safefare.org. Safefare.org is loaded with information and resources to help you enjoy a safer restaurant experience, including sample questions, tips, and a lot more. Visit safefare.org. That's SAFEFARE.org, because when it comes to managing food allergies, we're all on the same team.
A public service message from Food Allergy Research and Education.
News Talk 1450 WOL AM, where information is power.
You are now tuned in to Talks with Sheba. I'm your host, Dr. Sheba Holly. We have Ron Miner, I Didn't Know documentary filmmaker on chronic kidney disease. Let us get off the air without you asking a question that you need to know. So call in to 240-638-5439. If you have a question, please call in. Ron, what are the footprints of the silent killer?
Well, I think number one would be the diabetes is really rampant in, well, I guess all over America. But diabetes, type 2 diabetes, is the number one cause of kidney failure amongst blacks, especially in the Washington, D.C. area. And there's signs that everyone should know. And it's simple signs, the urination, can't sleep, swelling of the legs, the feet, constant itching, constant thirst. It goes on. And do not ignore it. Go right to the doctors. Do not ignore it. I mean, the longer you put it off, the worse it'll be for you. And I guarantee you, if you put it off, you will end up getting a kidney. I was blessed because I should have been on dialysis. I have a son that's 42 years old. He's on dialysis, but his was high blood pressure. So these things you cannot ignore. You have to go see your doctors on a regular basis. And of course, the foods that we eat, that's, well, I'm a big guy and I love to eat, and not knowing the right foods to eat. Because basically what it is, all the food you take in turns into sugar.
Okay.
And your kidneys filter that sugar. And if it can't get it out of your body, it stays there. And that's when your kidneys fail.
Now the test. There's a test to be taken. Because you keep saying go to the doctor, but there's a specific test.
Yes, a really simple test. A blood test. Just a simple blood test. And it will tell you, it's called a creatinine test. And that creatinine test is the functioning of your kidneys. And anywhere, a normal kidney would be, let's say 1, all right? Anything over 2, you want to start worrying about your kidneys. And it's just a simple blood test. And you have to ask your doctor. You can't assume your doctor is going to do all this stuff for you.
Got it.
You
take charge.
Yeah, you got to take in charge of your own health. If you don't, you're doing yourself a disservice.
Definitely. So they're looking for 1 is good, 2 is a concern. Borderline. What is, oh my goodness?
I would say 2.9 or 3 or 4, you're in trouble.
Okay. Now, you talked about the health rankings in Washington, D.C. What's going on in D.C.?
Well, D.C. has the highest rate of kidney disease of any other place in America. There's like, it's like 160-some dialysis centers just in D.C. alone.
What, 160?
Yeah, in the Washington area. Yeah, just in the Washington area.
160 dialysis centers in the Washington area. Now, you talk about the Latinos, you talk about the African Americans having this disease. Why is that? What do you see? I call it the triangle.
Well, I mean, it's no different. I think we all like our food. Blacks like their type of food. Latinos like their type of food, and all that creates diabetes. It's the sugar. Back in the day, when I was growing up, my great-grandmother had it, and diabetes was called the sugar.
Mm-hmm. My grandfather had diabetes, and it was strange. I would watch it. He would have his sugar levels would get high. He would get lethargic, and it was like I could sense it, and we would rush him to the hospital, or, he would want the sugar. He would want sweet things. And when he would bring them in the house, because, if you have diabetes, you're kind of rebellious. Sometimes you want to do what you shouldn't do. And I wasn't supposed to eat his stuff, but I said, I'm doing him a favor. I was like, I'm doing him a favor. So I would eat his stuff. But I grew up with a grandfather with diabetes and him taking the insulin shots.
Yes.
Definitely, definitely. So when you look in a community and we talk about this is a disease that we see, again, amongst African Americans and Latinos, the liquor store, the carry-out, and a dialysis center in urban areas. What are your thoughts about that?
Well, that all goes hand in hand with that. Remember, the liquor store is pure sugar going into your body.
Liquor.
There's a gentleman where I lived, and hope he's all right, but I haven't seen him in, like, I know, good 6 months. And there's a homeless guy, and all he does is drink. Well, I understand from the word on the street is he lost his foot. And, of course, that's from diabetes. Once they start cutting on you, you don't have that much longer to really live, because that means that the sugar has just gotten into your body and it's just taken over. So you got the foods. I mean, let's face it, the Chinese food is very good for you. High in sodium, high in sugar. We're back to the same thing, the sugar. You know, the sodium will give you the high blood pressure, and the sugar will give you diabetes. So if you got both, which I had, I mean, you're destined to have kidney problems.
Right. So I failed to state that it's African Americans, Hispanics, Pacific Islanders, American Indians that suffer.
That suffer, yes.
That suffer. And the leading cause of death for CKD would be heart disease.
Heart disease, yes. Well, it'll end up there, yes. So you really want to get a complete physical, so you'll know where you stand in terms of this dreadful disease.
Quite dreadful. And again, I keep harping, and I did research. When I first heard about the triangle, and I keep calling it the triangle of the liquor store, the carry-out, and the dialysis center, I started driving through urban areas, and I found that in the neighborhood, within a block, you would find these three things. Yes.
That's, I don't want to really say that's done purposely, but you went on your little drive and you found that out yourself. And that's like that all over D.C. You'll find the mom and pop store, you're going to find your Chinese restaurant, and you're going to find the other stores, the other fast food stores. And I know it's easier. I mean, guys work hard, the moms work hard. You come home, you really don't want to fix a meal. You stop off and you get that. Well, eventually, over a period of time, that's going to kill you. It will really kill you. Even the food, I hate to say it, even the food in churches, the fried chicken and whatever, it's really not good for you. Right. It really isn't. Yes, you can eat the chicken, bake it or broil it.
Right. Right. And, I'm beginning to see young people with diabetes.
Oh, well, yeah.
21, 22 years old with diabetes.
And again, that's education, too. I mean, these guys probably don't know the reason why they got diabetes at that age, because they think they're invincible. They think they can just have anything they want, eat anything they want, smoke, drink, whatever, nothing's going to happen to me. And they hit that 30, 35, whatever like that, and boom. It's too late. It's too late. You only have two options. You get a kidney transplant or you're on dialysis. I would like to bring up this.
Yes, go ahead.
In my documentary, there's a gentleman who, and you ran a portion of his piece, Raymond Brooks, could not get a kidney because of his antibodies. He had white blood cells were so high or whatever. Well, this past Monday, Raymond Brooks got a kidney. I am so blessed and thankful that this young gentleman now is going to have a life with his kid normal. He was on dialysis for 16 years.
Ooh, and how old is he now?
I think he's 37 years old now. But 16 years he was on dialysis. So now he does the right thing, and I know he will do the right thing. He'll have a beautiful, beautiful life with his son.
When I first saw your documentary, I remember him, and he just talked about how he really wanted to be a good father and how difficult it was because he would be so tired.
Yes. Oh, it drains you. It drains you. You're talking about maybe 3 to 4 hours session, 3 times a week. So really, what could you do? I mean, you got to understand the process of taking all the blood that's in your body, cleaning it, and putting back the blood in your body. I mean, and that's 3 times a week. Some people have been on 4 times a week, and it's according to the person, how long you're on it. But, just to have to do that, that's a big task.
That should be the motivator to eat right.
Well, yeah, but again, I have to admit to it. When I got my kidney, it was like that. I mean, you just feel so good, you go back doing the same thing.
Okay. Up next, making of the documentary. I didn't know.
This is Barbara Unwind. Be sure to tune in to Igniting Change every Tuesday from noon to 1 on WOL 1450 AM. I will provide provocative and empowering information to ignite change and inspire action in achieving racial justice and equality. It really is up to all of us to be and to ignite the change that we so desperately want to see in our neighborhoods, communities, our cities, our states, our nation, and the world. Each week, I want you to join me and my special guests to learn how your activism matters in realizing a more just and equal society for all. Ignite change with me every Tuesday from 12 to 1 p.m. Together, we can make a difference. Visit BarbaraUnwind.com for more information.
Hello, everybody. Time to focus on your dental health. Tune into the Healthy Teeth and Gum Show with Dr. Peter Marai every Monday at 12 noon. It's time to take back control of your oral health. Diseases of the gums and teeth can cause major health problems and even death. So be sure to tune in every Monday at 12:30 right here on WOL, where information is power. If you have dental needs, contact Dr. Marai at 301-567-9844.
Harbor Point Wealth Management assists retirees and pre-retirees in the creation of retirement strategies utilizing insurance products that provide guarantees backed by the financial strength and claims-paying ability of the issuing carrier. We are not affiliated with the U.S. government or any governmental agency.
Are you confident that you won't outlive your savings during retirement? Studies have shown that outliving their money in retirement is the #1 concern of most retirees. Karen Scott Mims, ESQ of Harbor Point Wealth Management, can help. She can offer a retirement income analysis that will answer your questions about retirement, including, will I have enough money to last? Will my spouse have enough money if I pass away? What rate of return will I need to average to avoid running low on money? And what impact would another downturn have on my retirement income? To get your income analysis, call Karen today, 866-621-6660, to receive your complimentary retirement income analysis. Call today, 866-621-6660.
Hi, this is Karen Scott Mims. If you're interested in tax-efficient retirement planning, give us a call at 866-621-6660.
Welcome, NBA fans. Tonight's NBA.
Man, nothing beats seeing an NBA game in person. Hey, buddy, thanks again for driving. So, where are our seats? Oh, we're sitting right around the corner. Hey, but before we do anything, let me stop for a second at the designated driver booth and make the pledge.
Excuse me, sir. Did you say designated driver?
Yeah, I'm the designated driver tonight.
Congratulations. You are a winner. And for being the designated driver and always buckling up, every trip, every time, you have won the adoration of your friends and family who will get home safely from the game.
Cool.
Your prize also includes the gratitude of all of the drivers on the road who won't have to fear for their lives. And finally, you've won the chance to follow your favorite NBA team to the NBA Finals because responsibility has its rewards.
Woo! Yeah!
To find out more, visit the designated driver booth at the arena or visit rhir.org. A message from this station and Team Coalition.
Kids are going to get bumps and bruises as they grow up. It's part of being a kid. But we can protect kids from serious injuries. Did you know that preventable injuries are the #1 cause of death for children in the United States? But the thing about preventable injuries is that they're preventable. This is a problem we can fix. There are little things we can do so kids can grow up to do big things. Learn more at safekids.org.
News News Talk 1450 WOL AM, where information is power.
If you've just tuned in, we are on with Ron Miner, I Didn't Know, and I'm your host, Dr. Sheba Holly, on Talks with Sheba, where we invite, excite, educate, and empower. So be empowered and call in and ask all the questions that you need to. 240-638. Oh, what's the number? 638-5439. Call in. All right, so, Ron, I didn't know. Why this platform to get the message out?
Well, again, I went through this, and I had experience in TV for 37 years. After receiving the kidney, I'm at the hospital overlooking the helicopter pad with the helicopters landing like every 5 minutes and watching them bring patients out. And I just asked the Lord, I said, well, what do you want me to do? Why did you save me? And it wasn't a voice or anything. It was just a spirit said, hey, look, you got the talent, you got the equipment, just do it. And it costs a lot of money. It costs a lot of money to put this on. But I had great friends to help me out in this documentary. That made it much easier to do. So from that point when I started at that hospital till the time it aired, it was a breeze. And that's why I did it. I think that the doctors in the hospital, I mean, they're great. They really are, but they don't have time to really sit down and talk to you. I think I've heard sometime that they only give you 30 minutes each patient. So if you don't have your stuff together when you go to the hospital, ask questions about this pain here or what's happening going on with you, you can forget it. I mean,
you mean in general?
In general practice, because in general practice they say they have like 3,000 patients. So I don't know how many you see in one day, but you get 30 minutes and that's it. So if you have a list of your problems to the doctors, it would probably help you.
Some people are afraid or don't know how to articulate what's going on with them.
Yes. And what you don't know will kill you.
Absolutely. So your target audience?
Well, my target audience basically are Hispanics, blacks, Asians, but everybody gets this. I mean, white folks get it also. It's not just, for them, but we get it more so than anybody else. It's because of our genetic background and makeup and the way we eat, and a part of that is family history.
Okay, family history. So I had said earlier 26 million Americans have CKD, right? But you really wanted to hit home in the Washington, D.C. area.
Right, because Washington, D.C. is the #1 for kidney failure throughout the United States.
It's not even a state.
Well, I'm sorry. Well,
no, I know, but I'm thinking it's 15 square miles.
Yeah, but can you imagine that?
I can't.
Why is Washington, D.C. #1 for kidney failure? Why? Why is that? Now, that's per capita. I mean, we're talking about blacks.
Right.
We're talking about 7,000, if I'm correct. I hate to quote numbers, but 7,000 people a day in the Washington, D.C. area on dialysis. 7,000 people. That's an epidemic.
Yes, it is.
That's an epidemic.
It's a silent killer.
Something has to be done. I mean, we have all this other stuff that goes on throughout the Washington area, on this, on that, or whatever like that. But we got to start paying more attention to this dreadful, dreadful disease, because you can have it for years and years and not know it. That's the problem with this.
And I want to touch on, when you received your kidney, how did you feel?
Oh, God. I felt like I was like 22 years. The next day I was up walking the hospital.
You're kidding.
The doctors looked and said, what is, I said, Doc, I don't know where this energy is coming from, and that's it. You, like the doctor said, you don't know how good you feel until you get a kidney. I mean, I thought it was normal for me to be, coming home from work, dragging and tired all the time. And well, I said, that's normal, right? That's not normal. That's because the kidney was not putting out that toxin out of my body. It was holding it in.
So buy-in to your documentary, how has that been?
Well, right now it's very slow. It's on, last year, WHUT ran it, their public service, and I'm quite sure a lot of people saw it. But I think this needs to be seen by America. Not because, I did it or whatever, but it just has so much good information in it. It has some of the top nephrologists in the country in this documentary. I got a good friend, James Brown, from CBS, narrates this. And it just breaks it down where you can understand it. It's not complicated. Sometimes when you go to the doctors and they use all these other words and whatever like that, it's confusing. But this breaks it down where you understand it, you know what it is, and you just gotta make yourself that you're gonna do it. And if you don't do it, like I said, eventually you will, because you will be knocking on that door, saying how bad you feel, or they're taking you out of there.
So who else are your celebrity endorsements? I know Marion Barry, Mayor Marion Barry.
I had Marion Barry. Yes, excuse me. I had
rest in peace.
Yes, God bless her. So, yeah, I did interview Marion Barry for this documentary, and I didn't put him in the documentary at the time because we were doing some negotiations or whatever. But boy, the stories that he told, oh man, I'm telling you. And he understood, he was talking about the sweets and eating the pie and what have you, and it led to his getting a kidney, and it was just something that he said, if I can quote him, he said he saw one day, he walked out of the hospital and he saw 4 gentlemen in a van, and he walked by and they said, "Hey, Marion Barry," and he walked over and said, "Hey guys, how you doing?" And when he walked up to the van, he says, each and every one of these guys were amputated.
Oh.
He said that alone he said, oh my God. Young guys with their limbs gone from diabetes. From diabetes. He was a very good spokesman for that. He was a very good spokesman. He was very fortunate to get a kidney and to live long as he did, because without that kidney, I think he was on dialysis for a little while, but he eventually got a kidney.
And you also had a little girl, precious little girl,
Ioka Slater. She got her kidney when she was 2 years old, and her mother gave her a kidney, but not at 2. She had to grow a little bit before they can give you an adult kidney in a little kid's body.
Wow.
But I followed her at 6 years old and followed her all the way till she was 9, and she's doing really well.
Wow.
She's doing you again. You would know the people that have had transplants if they were walking the street. You wouldn't know it. Alonzo Mourning got a kidney, and he was back on the basketball court, I think, within a year.
You're kidding?
Yeah.
I didn't know.
Oh, yeah.
I had no idea. So, funding. What are you doing?
Oh, that's a touchy subject. I borrowed money from my wife. I owe her.
Honeydews. Honeydew that. Honeydew this.
I just took some of my retirement money. I was blessed. Simple as that. So it's not to me, it's not about money. I have, too many people can say that, but I have everything I want. Every day I get up is a blessing for me. So I have everything I want. Funding for this, it's already actually been funded. I would love to get money to pay some of these people. Everybody that worked on this documentary did not get paid.
They volunteered?
Volunteered. From James Brown all the way down to a script writer, everybody. Sound man. Everybody volunteered to do this. Nobody made any money.
You know, Ronnie really glossed over what it took for him to produce this documentary, and it was 4 years in the making, and he literally spent every day, almost 24 hours a day, doing something to make this happen, because since the transplant, it has become his mission to get the word out and save lives. So it's been very enduring. He didn't sleep at nights. He was constantly making phone calls, reviewing footage, going out and shooting. So it really did take some time off his life until he began to feel normal again once it was aired. And now he just wants to get the word out.
Oof. When we return, chronic kidney disease awareness. Let's get the word out.
Moving today or tomorrow and not sure who to or tomorrow and not sure who to call? Well, your worries are over. Ted's Moving and Hauling at 301-254-8221 is your one-stop place to call when you need to move from your apartment, home, or office. Ted's Moving and Hauling is one of the best, with experience and professional movers to handle all your needs with no job too large or too small. Ted's can do it all. Call now to find out more. 301-254-8221. That's 301-254-8221. Need something hauled away? Ted can do that too. Ted's Moving and Hauling is one of the best, and with some of the best prices in town. So, if you need to move uptown, downtown, or out of town, call Ted's Moving and Hauling today at 301-254-8221. That's 301-254-8221. That's Ted's Moving and Hauling, moving you from your home, office, or church. Call Ted's today at 301-254-8221.
Those of us who were around in the 50s and 60s struggling, many of us have gotten tired, and we let the enemy have his way. Well, I did my best, they'll say, and you all take it now. I'm just going to sit down and relax or retire. I have never seen a lion retire from being a lion. I may not bite as hard as I used to, but I can still bite.
Don't miss the Farrakhan Speaks broadcast this and every Sunday at 8 a.m. until 9 a.m. right here on WOL 1450 a.m., where information is power. That's the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan on the air this Sunday at 8 a.m. If you missed last Sunday's message, you have to hear him this Sunday. Don't miss it.
What's wrong, Tina? Where are you coming from? I am just coming from the dealership getting my Mercedes-Benz service. Do you know it cost me $500?
$500? Girl, you should have gone to Magic Benz in Hyattsville. Their A services are only $250 and B services start at just $250. They are my premier specialists and have up to 40% off dealer prices and 100% satisfaction guaranteed.
But how did I miss this?
But there's more. They offer professional services, tire replacement, balance and rotation, engine cooling system flush, body work for all Mercedes, and more. Their oil changes are only $99.
Michelle, say no more. What's their info?
It's Magic Benz at 4716 Baltimore Avenue, Hyattsville, Maryland. Their number is 301-985-2676, or go to their website at magicbenzservice.com. Thank me later.
No, I am thanking you now.
When the need arises for a funeral repast or a place to hold a memorial service for your loved one, call the New Horizon Hall of Elegance, located at 2209 Varnum Street, Mount Rainier, Maryland. They will take the worry out of you having to handle one more detail, giving you time to focus on family and friends. Call 301-277-5922 to find out more. That's 301-277-5922. That's the New Horizon Hall of Elegance, ready to serve you in your time of need.
When I was a gang leader, we probably did business together, because when people like you buy knockoffs on the street, often the money goes to gangs, and gangs use this easy money for other activities. In other words, they're getting a lot of bang for their buck.
Counterfeits hurt, but you have the power to stop them. Go to www.ncpc.org/getreal. A message from the National Crime Prevention Council and the Bureau of Justice Assistance, U.S. Department of Justice.
News Talk 1450 WOL AM, where information is power.
And we're back. Chronic Kidney Disease Awareness. We have Raymond Brooks on the line. Welcome, Raymond.
How you doing?
I'm good. Congratulations on your new kidney, man.
Thank you.
I mean, that was a true blessing, and we're happy to hear from you. So how do you feel?
I feel great.
I mean, how did it all transpire? Did you just find out? Was it last minute?
It happened so quick. I actually got I switched doctors at my dialysis clinic, and my new doctor started talking about, man, you can get a kidney. You've been on dialysis for a long time. They should put you in the front of the list. And you know, I thought it was just talk, and I went and met with the kidney doctors up at VCU. Did the blood work in like 2 weeks. I got a kidney.
Wow.
Yeah. The lady called me Sunday morning, and you know, I wasn't even taking it serious. She's like, yeah, I think we got something for you. You know, just get ready. Then she called back Sunday about midday, and she was like, it's going down, so we need you at the hospital at 8. So then I knew it was serious.
Oh, so you thought it was like just a flyby, oh, maybe or maybe not?
Well, before all of this happened, I was being told that I will probably not get a kidney again, or it would have to be almost a perfect match for me to find a kidney. So that's like literally finding a needle in a haystack.
So it does happen. You found that needle in that haystack.
That needle was found.
That needle was found. I have Ron here with
Hey,
me.
Ron.
Hey, how you doing, Raymond? How you feel?
I'm good, man. I feel Ron. Great.
God bless you.
Thank you. Thank you.
It's just amazing. You received it on Monday?
I received it on Monday.
Okay, and this is unexpected because we were scheduled to have this show and we had no idea. And to date, Ron had said that how many received kidneys since your documentary?
Well, everybody now has a kidney. Raymond was the only one that hadn't had a kidney or wasn't going to get a kidney. He's the one. Everybody's got a kidney now.
You're right.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
You're
wow.
Right. Completion.
Yep.
Nice.
Full circle.
Yep. And it's it's getting the word out. That's the key. It's getting the word out. Here's a young man that's got a kidney now.
Right.
And how long had you been on dialysis?
16 years.
16 years.
Yeah.
That's a long time.
It was a very long time.
Long time.
So I just couldn't say congratulations enough. Now you can be that father that you spoke about being in your documentary, having that energy to get out and enjoy your children.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. He's right here also.
Oh,
hey, Assad is there. Right?
He just walked downstairs.
Oh, did he?
Just left out the room,
Fantastic. Fantastic.
Yeah. So, man, Ron, I'm sorry, but Ron, I got to thank you too, though, man, because you've been hard at work, and it's a blessing to even have you around.
No,
you know, Ron became family immediately with us. Really.
No, I tell you, man, it was just a blessing that we met, and
right.
You know, everything worked out for the best, and here you are, man. So you got 2 birthdays now. So
right. I do.
Definitely. So it's really great to hear from you. We want to hear more about you, your progress, the great things you're doing. Just take care of yourself and be blessed.
I thank you. Thank you all.
Thank you, Raymond.
Thanks.
Y'all have a good one.
Thank you, Ray. All right, buddy.
So, Ron, tell us how they can get that documentary.
Well, right now it's on WHUT TV on their website, and it's called I Didn't Know. And you can, get it through WHUT for right now. I think it'll be there till at least September.
Is it a download or?
Yeah, you can. I don't know if you can download it, but I mean you can go on the website of HUT and see it.
Oh, and just see it.
And
okay.
just see it,
But
yes.
what if someone wants to purchase it?
Well, it's actually not for sale right now. It's not for sale right now. This is one of those things that I think that you have to see it. You really have to see it. It's very informative. And shooting it, there's a lot of stuff I didn't know even after me receiving a kidney. I mean, there's just a whole lot of information in here that is going to help you out later on down the road.
And also with what you didn't know, when you receive a kidney, there's certain things that you need to do in order to keep it.
In order to keep it,
I don't know how to say it, but
to
maintain?
To maintain it, to keep it in your body. The medicine is very important to take your medicine, not missing any medicine at all or whatever like that. I know Raymond is on rejection medicine. I'm on rejection medicine. You can't miss that. That's a necessity. I mean, you're taking, all right, say you take vitamins and whatever. Well, you can miss a vitamin, but you can't miss the rejection medicine because that's very important.
So what does that do? What exactly does this rejection medicine do for your body?
Well, actually, the medicine hides the kidney from your body. In other words, say a disease captured in your body or whatever, if you wasn't taking this medicine, it would go right to the kidney and kill it. Because the kidney, that's a foreign matter.
Mm-hmm.
You wasn't born with that kidney. And your body knows that. The body is something else. The body is really something else. This is a thing that works in your body, but it's not part of your body. And then, science has done all of this. I mean, if everybody knew how to really take care of the kidney, that would help. That would really help a lot.
Okay, so your website is www.finelineproductionseast.com. If you have any questions for Ron, email him at Ron, R-O-N, at finelineproductionseast.com.
Correct. That's very good. And I'll be more than happy to talk to anybody.
Yes, and remember, the documentary can be seen on WHUT on their website. Well, I have to say thank you, Ron, so much for coming out and sharing your story with this audience.
No, thank you, Dr. Holly. This has been one of the things that I've been trying my best to get the word out throughout the Washington metropolitan area on kidney disease. It is number one, and I'd like to hear one day that we're no longer number one.
Okay. Do you have any events coming up?
Right now, I don't have any events right now because it's the holiday or whatever. I'm going to try to slow down a little bit and enjoy the family. But, no, right now, and then the first of the year, there's going to be some things happening. But I will keep you informed.
Fantastic. And the reason why we chose today to air this show is because the holidays are coming up, and we tend to eat mindlessly. Let's put some thought into what we eat now.
Yes, absolutely. Well, I think number one, because everybody pigs out on Thanksgiving, and then you got a week later, then you do Christmas, and in January everybody's in the gym, and by February or March everybody's out of the gym, and they're back to their old ways again.
And it's like the who, the what?
Yeah. So I just think, yes, you can eat it, but just be very conscious on how much you eat.
Yes.
It's a balanced meal is what you got to really worry about, which I got to learn myself. But it's a balanced meal.
Well, it's a wrap for us on this spectacular Sunday, and I want to thank you for hanging out with us. If you have any questions or comments or show ideas, email me at Sheba@talkswithsheba.tv or call 866-671-4344. Follow me on Twitter at talkswithsheba, Instagram me at Dr. Sheba Holly, or just simply go to my website, www.talkswithsheba.tv. The bottom line, I want to hear from you. Okay? And remember, work like you don't need the money, love like you've never been hurt, and dance like nobody's looking. We'll talk later.
Talks with Sheba.